Hi guys, and welcome to another video. So today is going to be a little bit different setup wise because I am going to be showing you how to plan for a trip. I have a Disney trip coming up in a couple months and I'm going to be planning it out today, so I thought I'd bring you guys along with me and show you everything I do to be organized with all of that. Okay, so tip number one is actually something I've never done before, but I already know is helping me stay a lot more organized, is to use a folder. Specifically like a bright colored folder, because when you're on a trip and when you have this in your backpack, it's going to be so much easier to find a bright orange one. Next, the way I would organize the folder is on this side, you're going to want to have everything that's handwritten. And then on this side is a printed out confirmation of all your emails or any flyers you want to have, like anything printed here and written here. It's going to be a lot easier when you want to, instead of like flipping through what you've written, because you're only going to have a handful of things you need to write. I'll tell you what I write later on. And then tip number two is to take any pack of colorful markers. I usually use a fine tip because this is what you're going to be writing with. You're not going to be writing with a pen or a pencil. You're going to want to write with something colorful, and you're going to want to use as many colors as possible. For instance, if you're writing down a confirmation number, then maybe you're going to want to write that down in red so it stands out to you. So if someone says, you know, oh, what's your confirmation number or what's your flight number, you can easily see red. I'm not saying you can't use a pencil or pen on anything. Obviously, you can use it on a lot of things and it might come in handy. Like if you want to write down something in pencil, like, oh, maybe go to this show, but you're not 100% sure and you need to look into it more, write it down in pencil. You don't want to have it on there permanently. And even I wrote down some stuff in pencil. You want to get a layout and understand what works best for you. So colors might not work best for you. Maybe you don't prefer busy papers. Maybe it's easier if you just write down facts, but I like to have a little bit of fun with it and make it a little bit more festive. Okay, the next tip I'm going to say is write down your days. So for instance, you can write down day 1, arrival, put the date, Sunday the 8th, it's going to be January. Right there you have it. You have day 1 written down. And you're going to say, Gracie, what do I write down else? I mean, I know I've got a flight. Maybe that's all you have. Maybe all you have is that flight. You plan to go on the flight, get to the hotel, and do nothing the rest of the day. That's totally fine. Still write down a day for that, and ensure to write down arrival, because oftentimes I'll look at it if I don't write down arrival and I'll be like confused, not even remembering what I wrote down, and be like, is this the day I arrive or my first official day? So make sure to write that down. Next, we're gonna pick a different color. So let's say you have, I'm gonna go back to my trusty binder. See, it's already helping me out because it has my flight confirmation on here. I'm gonna go back, and I know the first thing I do in the morning is go to the airport because my flight's at 11 a.m., meaning I'll probably get there at, you know, 9 a.m., something like that. I'm gonna pick out my next color. Let's see. So I am going to be writing all of my confirmation numbers in red. We're gonna write in pink departing times, and then in green, I know, complementary colors, am I right? All right, kind of. I'm gonna write in these colors arrivals, departures, or, you know, no. Yeah, arrival, departures. So I'm gonna write on the very top of my page, depart. So all I've written down now is depart. And I'm gonna use, I'm gonna use black. I'm gonna use black to write down the airports I'm gonna be in because I do have a layover. So I'm gonna write down the first airport I'm gonna be in, which is CLE. Okay, so now we've got Cleveland. I know I'm leaving the Cleveland airport. And I'm even gonna write down this. I'm gonna write down in this 11 a.m. Meaning, I depart from Cleveland at 11 a.m. Next, what I'm gonna do is, because I do have that layover, it's not just depart and arrive. So what I'm going to do is, in purple, I'm going to write around to the end of where I wrote my departure information. I'm gonna write layover. Now, everything I write from layover down is gonna be my layover. Now in my pink, because I will be arriving at the layover, I'm going to write arrive. Then I'm gonna take my black again, say B, W, I. I'm arriving there at 12:15 p.m. It's an hour and 15-minute flight, which is not bad. Right under where we wrote arrive, we're gonna write depart. Because now we're departing, and we know it's gonna be the same airport. Obviously, I'm not gonna be driving to a different airport and departing that different airport. But I am going to put it under where I wrote the time before, because it's gonna help me remember. Now, along in here, I will be writing my flight number. The best place to put it is going to be above your original depart, your first depart, and then right before your next depart. Next, we are gonna write we arrive, and we're gonna put our next arrive right below the depart. We have now finished our day 1 flight. I like to write down simply my day things. If there's something I need to remember, like, oh, a bathing suit, I really can't forget that, I might write it down on this piece of paper. I say I really rarely do that, because immediately when I have this thought in my head that I'm going on a trip, I open up my phone notes and I make a phone notes folder for it. That way I don't have to worry about having this piece of paper on me at all times, because let's face it, you're gonna be in a Target someday, walking down an aisle looking for toilet cleaner, and then you're gonna think, oh, I should bring books, or I need to bring a Sharpie. You're not gonna remember that by the time you get home. So make a note, so then immediately when you think of that thing, you make a checklist so you can pack them. So right now what I have on my checklist right here is I have Disney Bound. So I've already purchased the Disney Bounding outfits. So in a future video, you guys will actually be able to see my Disney Bounding outfits. Next is buy or bring item of clothing for characters to sign. So when I'm in the park, I plan on having all the characters I meet autograph a long sleeve shirt. And I saw it on a video once and I was like, I gotta remember that. That would be so cool. Next is books for Q. So I'm gonna try and bring a couple of books along for me to read while I'm in the queues of lines. And I don't know how well that will go. And then I have light for books, because sometimes those queues can be very dark and I wouldn't be able to read them. And then next I also wrote down swimsuit, because I will be having, let's see, I booked a 4-day park hopper pass. I'm gonna be there from the 8th through the 14th, so that's 7 days. So I have 1 day where I'm gonna have nothing. Now we've got this done. So how I like to do it is I like to like kind of chronologically order it. So I've got my flight, that's obviously the first thing. Next one is gonna be transportation from your airport to your hotel. It's not gonna be your hotel, it's gonna be transportation. I wanna write it down in there so I remember. So in yellow, I am going to write how I'm being picked up. So my pickup is really easy. I don't have any confirmation numbers or anything like that, because I'm having a friend pick me up from the airport and take me to the hotel. So right after that, we're gonna have our hotel. I just made the hotel reservations today, so I need to print out the confirmation. Because also, these are not official. Anything like big, like a flight or a hotel, or even maybe park reservations, anything that you could slip up with information on that would be really important to your trip, print out. Because we're all human, sometimes we make mistakes. May that be accidentally writing down your departure time wrong. May that be writing down your flight number wrong. It all could happen. So just have those backups right there. So if it does happen and someone cannot find your flight or your confirmation number, you have a backup. So next we're gonna do hotel. So we are done with our arrival, our departure. I'm gonna write down in blue, hotel. I tried to write like their little logo, like a little pop, like old Batman. You know, like old Batman where like he'd punch someone and it would go kapow. Like that thing. I tried to do that. And I don't think it worked out very well. But that's okay. We all know Pop Century Resort. I'm even gonna put down, just so I remember that I'm staying there, I wrote down how long I'm gonna be staying because I'm not staying from the 8th through the 14th, which is the length that I'm gonna be in Florida. Because on the 13th, the night of the 13th, I'm staying with my friend who's picking me up, and I'm gonna spend the night with her, then we're gonna spend the day of Saturday and just hang out. We're gonna write our hotel confirmation number right below the hotel. Next, what we're gonna write is the hotel address. And I know you might be thinking like, what's the point of writing the address? Because, you know, you can just Google it. And yes, I know you can just Google it. But our whole point of this is to have every single piece of information that we can. You might be thinking, okay, so we go to the parks on day 2, 3, 4, you know, what are you gonna write down on that? You're just going to a park. I don't wanna plan out my every last minute. And no, you don't have to. But the parks now, since the pandemic, require you to make a reservation for which park you're going to each day. So because of that, you need to figure out, okay, which day do you wanna go to each park? Also, if you're wondering why my room looks kind of bare, it's because I want to paint the walls of my bedroom. I'm gonna write orange day and then a different color. So day 2 will be in blue. As of right now, it's gonna be hard to know when I'm going to be going to those parks. Oh wow, guys. Okay, so today is a whole new day. Because it was a couple days ago, I just decided to talk to my mom and decide what parks I'm going to be going to. So I figured all that out. And then I had no motivation to continue filming. And then, well, I painted my room. And yes, I would have vlogged that, but let me tell you something, that would have been so boring because it took me 7 hours. Now we have everything figured out. Big news, guys. Guess what came in the mail today? I also received my card. Ooh. It's my my admissions card. But I am hoping to find my magic band and then I'll be using that. We are going to be doing January 9th. I'm gonna do that in pink. So the problem is I don't have many reservations or really any other than park reservations. So I do know where I'll be staying, like what days I'm gonna be staying at like different parks. But in general, I have no like food reservations or shows I wanna go to right now because of how far in the future it is. It's just not like, there's no way to know what shows are going to be happening. All I'm going to do is I'll tell you what I normally do though. So I'm going to be staying at Magic Kingdom on Monday. So on the very top, I'm going to write Magic Kingdom. And that's honestly the only thing I know. So say I was going to be going, you know, I knew I wanted to go to a show in Magic Kingdom. For instance, let's see. Say I wanted to be going to the Zombie Bash at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. Obviously, they're not going to be having a Halloween party in January, but like say I wanted to go to a specific showing and I was like, okay, I know they play at 9 a.m. and at 1 p.m. I would write that down on there and then maybe take this paper to the park or take a picture of it. Any information you want to remember for Magic Kingdom. Or even if you wanted to write down, oh, food recommendations. Like if you watch a video and you're like, oh, I really want to go eat the nachos, or write down, oh, this outfit I'm wearing. Anything like that you're gonna potentially forget, write that down. Maybe even stuff you want to pack in your park bag. anything like that, which I don't really have like that, but that's really all you need to do. And just do that for all of your days, and then on the last day, the day you're leaving, basically treat it the same way as you treated the first day. Write down your flight confirmation number, checkout time, flight information, everything like that. Write that down so you remember. And obviously they don't have to do everything I say. It's just, this is what keeps me organized and makes me feel like I have some control in the craziness of traveling. So I hope this helps some of you guys, and I hope you use at least 1 or 2 of my tips for planning your next vacation. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment them down below or message me on Instagram or anything like that, and I'll be happy to respond as soon as possible. I'll put my Instagram somewhere here. I'll put my TikTok somewhere here, you know. So I hope this helped, and if it did, please make sure to subscribe because I'll be having my vacation coming up soon. And yeah, thanks.